Inky at the circus is pretty terrible, and that's before we even get in to discuss the actual stereotyping of the character of Inky. The narrative is very slow, the circus aspect takes a long time to actually get anywhere, and once we get it, it was really not a great use of the circus. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1947, directed by Chuck Jones and written by Michael Maltese and Ted Pierce, with voices provided by Mel Blanc. And I think this is my first Inky cartoon, so I was kind of worried because I saw what the character of Inky looked like, and he's very much a stereotype. But thankfully, it's just in appearance. The actual actions of the character didn't seem like any negative depiction or anything. It's just the way the character is animated, which in itself is obviously not great. But I was worried that the character would act certain ways, similar to the way we've seen other similar racial stereotypes with Warner Brothers. But certainly in this Inky cartoon, the way the character looks is very stereotypical. It is definitely a strong caricature, but the actual actions of the character absolutely not. So I think, well, credit where it's due, I guess. They could have gone a different direction. But we'll see if the other Inky cartoons are like that. But honestly, if any of them are like this, I'm not exactly bouncing around the room with excitement to watch them. This is so slow. It is well animated in terms of the movements of the characters, and we have several dogs in this, which I thought looked pretty good and very well animated. But the narrative is so slow, and nothing happens for about two-thirds of it. And then the circus aspect really kicks in, and the trapeze worked well, but everything, it just, when you have a circus in a cartoon, you can do so much with it. You can have such a fun color palette. You can be very creative with the different apparatus and equipment that the characters interact with. And they really didn't utilize that at all. And I guess that's mostly because it took a long time to actually get to that point of the narrative, that they didn't really have the time to do that. It's more so Inky is leading up to the circus with a tiny glimpse of Inky in the circus. It wasn't very good at all. So it's well animated in parts, obviously questionable in others, but even if you take that out of consideration, the narrative is so slow and so dull, and nothing happens for a very long time. And then when things do happen, I'd lost all faith in the cartoon by that point, and it really didn't take advantage of the circus aspect. So I have to say, it's just not a good cartoon. Inky in the Circus is not a great introduction to Inky as a character. I will, of course, watch the other ones. I believe there are only four others, but I'm not hopeful at the moment. I will go into them with an open mind and, accept each cartoon as an individual thing, but I can't imagine I'm going to rush to watch them. Inky in the Circus is not one I recommend.